Okay, so I've already applied my serum, which is the Ole Henriksen Pure Truth Youth Activating Oil. I've mentioned this before. This is just what I use every single day before anything else, right after I wash my face. My skin right now, it's okay. I'm not really having too many breakouts or anything like that, which is good. So I'm not going to put on anything like for that. But the next step would be my Urban Decay B6 complexion spray. Shake it up and spray it all over. And just let it sink in. Next, I've been using the Sephora Instant Depuffing Roll-On Gel for like an eye cream. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. This is nice because it has those steel balls on the end, so it feels really cold and it helps get rid of any puffiness. And I kind of let that set in for a little bit, couple seconds, until I move on to my moisturizer, which is Peter Thomas Roth MaxSheer All Day Moisture Defense Lotion. It's SPF 30. I really like this a lot. I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my face. Of course, starting from the middle of my face and going outwards. You can see my skin. I have a lot of redness. I have combination to oily skin at the moment, which that will change. But right now it's more oily. It doesn't look terribly red right now, but usually it's very, very red. So then after that, I'm going to start with primer. Using Benefit's Porefessional at the moment. I just take a pea, not even a pea size amount, like that much for my whole entire face. You do not need a lot of this at all. And rub it in. I like to concentrate it on the areas where my pores do show, or where I find my makeup doesn't stay on as well. I find that my pores show on my cheeks, if anywhere. Not that I have big pores. Now, the foundation I use mostly is this one. It's the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I am in the color 1.2, and this one's awesome if you have oily skin and you have a problem with your foundation not staying on, which that's my main problem. So I take about, the pumps of this are really small, so I take about 4 pumps, and I'll either use my angled kabuki from Sigma, the F84, or my beauty blender, which I need to go wet. Okay, so shame on me for not being ready, but my beauty blender is wet, and I'm just going to take some of that foundation and stipple it on. I tell people all the time, I know the beauty blender does not look like anything special, and a lot of people feel like that at first when they see it, like this little egg-looking sponge. But it's life-changing. If you have not tried the Beauty Blender, I highly suggest you do that. It definitely is not like, you know, your typical cosmetic sponge, like wedge. It's much different than that. I don't know how it works, but it is so amazing. It's like a little massage for your face, and it blends your makeup flawlessly. So like 4 pumps of that was like the perfect amount to give me the coverage that I want. This is pretty medium to buildable full coverage. You don't need a lot at all, and I don't even use that much to get my desired coverage. So, you know, there's still some stuff peeking through my terrible dark circles. I have like a couple of like little zits. I hate that word, zits. On a typical day, like if I'm going to work and I'm doing, you know, this whole foundation routine, whoa, I'll either use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC20 or the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer in light 18. Today, or sometimes I'll use my Smashbox BB Cream for Eyes in Fair. Way too many concealers, that's not even all of them. But those are probably the three that I've been grabbing for the most recently when I'm doing like a full makeup day. For today, I'm going to do the Kat Von D. So I just take a tiny bit. You do not need a lot of this at all. It's actually pretty similar to the MAC foundation. What I do is I dot it on first. I should have a mirror. Anywho, I dot it on first. Like that. And then onto any blemishes. I apologize, I do not have any other makeup on yet. And then I take my beauty blender and blend that out. Excuse me, I just need to get a mirror because I can't see anything. I love blending out my concealer with the beauty blender because it has that point on there. Kat Von D concealer is ridiculous too. It covers so well. Whoa. Nah, I mean, my dark circles right now are terrible because I'm so sleep deprived and like stressed. But if you have just, you know, your typical person dark circles, I can assure you, you'll be fine with just that. I'm just like a freak of nature. So there's that. For powder, which is what I would do next, let me just grab it. I use either my Tarte Amazonian Clay Smooth Operator Micronized Clay Finishing Powder. It's like a, sort of like the Makeup Forever HD powder, but it's different. I'll either use that or the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder. I am number 115 in the powder. And then that, or my favorite powder, which is the NARS Powder Foundation, and I am light 3 DeVille. So, for the sake of this video today, I'm going to use the NARS powder. Just because it's my favorite. And to put that on, I use the Sephora Mineral Powder Brush. I love this for powder or liquid foundation. And for my powder, I never rub it on. I always pat it on. I don't know if it's just me being a freak, but I feel like if I rub my powder on, I'm just moving it all over the place, and that just bothers me. So I pat it all over just to set it. And voila. This does, too, give a bit more coverage, if you want more coverage. If you're good with the coverage, I would say go with the Micronized Clay Finishing Powder because it's translucent. I like this powder. I like the way it lasts and wears. So, next I'm going to do bronzer. Typically I use the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And to do my bronzer, the brush I use is Sephora Pro Contour Brush number 74. It looks like that. I'm quite fair, so I don't need a lot of bronzer, but I do like to contour just a little bit, just to kind of bring everything together. When you are putting bronzer in the hollows of your cheeks, you do want to start near the hairline and as opposed to like down here. Obviously when you dip the brush into the product and you go straight to your face, if you start here, you're going to have so much product right there and it's just going to look weird. It's better just to start at the hairline and blend down so there's not some random, you know, dot of bronzer on the side of your face. So starting at the hairline and blending downwards. Next, I'm going to take a little onto my temple and on my neck, just a tad, and blend it down. Now at this point, you could either leave it like this. Sometimes I will. If I'm working, I'll do a little more. Do a tiny bit on the side of my nose. I don't contour my nose crazy because I don't really mind my nose, but it's nice just to add a little more dimension to the face. And then after that, you can even take a little more into like the first half of your cheek contour just to deepen it a little more. So I just take a little more even just right here. It just deepens it a little more. And if you really want your contour to be strong, you can use a darker color there and it'll create even more of a shadow. So for blush, I don't know, today I'm not really doing much of anything at all, so I'm just gonna use whatever blush I pick up first. What's gonna be the winner? Typically I do use powder blushes as opposed to cream. Okay, so this is the winner. I actually have been using this blush a lot lately. It's the Milani Baked Blush in the color Corallina. It looks like it'd be super sparkly on the face, but it's not. It's not sparkly. I think it's just an overlay. It doesn't transfer onto the face like that. And for blush lately, I've been using the Stila number 24 brush. This reminds me of the Sephora Pro Precision Blush brush, so that's why I've been using it for blush. I like the way it goes on. So just take a little, and I, as opposed to sweeping my blush on, like to pat it on, especially with this brush. Start with a little, and if you feel like you need more, add more. This one's pretty. It's like a nice summer color. That's why I like it, I think. It's a nice summer color. It gives a pretty glow too. And I always say when you're putting on blush, make your best bitch face. Hey bitch. Oh my god, that was so stupid. And then finally, highlight. Typically I will use my Whisper of Gilt from MAC. I just have to find it. Oh, hi. All up in your face right now. But it's whatever. Aha. Aha. So yeah, this is a limited edition highlighter called Whisper of Gilt. It's so pretty. It's gold. And to put on my highlight, I use the MAC 188 brush. It's like I think it's the medium-sized stippling brush from MAC. So I swirl it in there and apply that to anywhere you'd want to bring out. So tops of the cheeks, down the nose, on your cupid's bow, and your chin, and you can even kind of take it up like that. This one's super intense too, so you don't need a lot, and that's why I do use the stippling brush, because it doesn't deposit a lot of product onto the face at once. So that's pretty much it for my foundation routine. It seems like a lot, but believe me, I do not wear makeup on an everyday basis. My face gets tired of it, after working especially, so I really only wear makeup if I'm going out somewhere or, you know, I'm going to work. So yeah, I'm gonna go put on the rest of everything else and I'll be right back. Okay, so once I put everything on, this is not everything I would wear on a typical day, usually more. I don't have any eyeshadow on, but I have some thick ass liner on, and I just put some brows and lash, some mascara, and a red lip, because why not? The last thing I do, this is included because this is what keeps my foundation on, is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I just shake it up and spray my face, like so. Ooh, feels so good. And that is my foundation routine. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, so I feel like I do that every time. Yeah, so, let me know what you want to see. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I do. I'm bad at ending videos, clearly. This is, like, should be a bloopers section. Okay. Well, if you want to see anything else from me, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell me what you want to see. There is something in my eye. Oh, hi, mascara everywhere. That sucks. Okay. So the final thing that I do is just set my face with the all-nighter setting spray. I just shake it up and spray it all over. And it just sets everything. This makes a difference. I inhaled it. This does make a difference. It does keep it on. But yeah. So that's all for my foundation routine. That's pretty much what I do every single day. Products maybe switch here and there from different things, but that's the order that I do it. Eyeshadow would go first, after foundation, then eyeshadow, foundation, and then like liner, brows, etc. So yeah, that's all. I'll see you in my next video. TTYL. Bye.